Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video, we're talking about what, in my opinion, is a pretty serious issue. I'll be going into fair detail, depth about it. It's one of the discussion videos I do. Been doing quite a few of these recently and they seem to be pretty popular. As always, I really appreciate any feedback about the videos, whether you like the videos, whether you don't like them, what you think could do better, what you like that I've done about them. I'm always trying to improve the channel. And of course, whatever the discussion is, especially today's one, I'd love to see some of your feedback, comments in the chat, what your views and opinions on it, if you agree or disagree with the points I'm making. So we're talking today, as the video title says, the dark side of EAFC, or FIFA or Ultimate Team, whatever you want to call it. Basically just looking at the franchise a bit more in depth and saying about the bad side of it, like when it could, obviously you could take a few angles of that, the gameplay. I could do a whole hour-long video dedicated to the dark side of that. But we're looking at packs, gambling, addictions, things like that. And I'm going to try to cover a few bases for it. So, first thing I want to talk about, generally speaking, when it comes to that, is just team of the year. The team of the year, I've covered this quite a bit in a few videos over the last week, but the team of the year pack weights absolutely stunk. That's the reason the prices are so insane. We've got double the amount of team of the year cards this year, with the female team of the years being added, which is pretty cool, by the way. I've enjoyed that. And the price has massively increased on any team of the year cards. They're insane. Van Dijk compared to last year. Last year is around 2 million. Right now, Van Dijk, 11.4 million and extinct. People are saying they've slightly upped the pack weight today, which to me almost is even more like toxic from EA, that they've let most people burn through their packs and then they suddenly increase it. But that's one side in itself. FIFA ultimately is what's known as a gacha game. Gacha games where they basically got you, they get you money. Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out IGGM.com today. The best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out IGGM.com today. They get you addicted, hooked to the system of trying to endlessly spend money to get the best thing, best items in a game. In this, it's the best players, and they're constantly trying to reel you in psychologically to get addicted to it, so you spend constant money. FIFA's one of the most dangerous ones in my opinion because it's a yearly cycle, and I just want to make it clear as well. I have zero issue with how people want to spend their money. The only point where I'd get to being an issue is if it's damaging or potentially ruining your life, which unfortunately in a lot of these games that does happen. In FIFA, one of the worst for it because it's such a popular game, one of the biggest games in the world, top 3 console game in the world. I've talked about bits on stream, on videos before, and I've seen quite a bit of discourse going on about it over Twitter over the last few days. I saw a video from Saf Cal, don't know if any of you know him, owner of Saf FIFA. Saw him talking a bit about it today, and I just thought I'd do a proper video dedicated to it, really. But I think I kind of mentioned it over the years, so it'd be nice to, I'm not sure if it's nice, but just interested to do an actual discussion about it. Like me personally, I've spent a lot of money on video games over the years. Luckily for me now, when I spend money on FIFA points, it's a tax write-off. This year I've spent £500. Would I regret it? Not really. I enjoy having nice players to use. Has that money though, to be honest, really got me far in this game? Maybe not. Packs this year are pretty damn awful. Lots of other video games I've played, I've spent a lot of money on. Some of them wish I'd spent less. I know personally that I have a pretty addictive personality, and by that I mean that if I really like something, getting into it, I get hooked pretty quick. I don't gamble whatsoever. I think I've made one bet in my life because I know that's something that I could potentially get addicted to. That's dangerous. I don't want to do that. Probably, yeah, the worst thing in my life for addiction's been completely related to FIFA, and video games and microtransactions games. I've never spent stupid. Got my house, family in a good place, good position, finances, so I'm all right, and I've got enough self-control that I can stop myself. But I've spent more money on games than I should have at times. Thought, bloody hell, wish I hadn't done that. It's easily done. And I think now that we live in a world where everything's digital, it's not like you have to go hand over cash to get these. It's so easy to spend money, and then be like, oh my word. And of course, everyone, it's not EA's responsibility, so to speak. Everyone should be able to control themselves. At the end, if you're an adult, that's down to you. But the game and the way it's quite predatory and, in my opinion, toxic, the system, it really doesn't help. When you bring microtransactions and pay to win into any sort of competitive game, it really heightens the sense of people wanting to go spend money on the game. One area of the game that I think is just insane when you think about it is ultimately FIFA is a game that it costs about 70, £80 just to buy the box. And that's the game. You've got it for the year. You can access all the game modes for free. One thing a lot of you might not realise is that Ultimate Team, when it came out, I think it's 08 or 09, I played the original one. To buy the mode, it cost £16. It came out, I think, April 09. And when you bought that mode, you could play Ultimate Team, but a lot of people never played it because it came out late in the year and you had to pay for it. And then on FIFA 10, I could have the years wrong, but it's around that time. It then went down from £16 to £8. I think it launched with the new game. And then the year after, they made it free. And then it exploded, and EA and FIFA and the crazy amount of money, $1 billion cash cow is every year, just really took off. I know I had a friend who he never played it when the mode cost money. And then when it became a free-to-play mode, just part of having the game, he spent 500 quid in a week. And then he looked at his bank account and was like, what on earth have I done? Again, there is responsibility on the people doing that. But EA know what they're doing. The game is purposely made to be a coin sink, one of these type of games that almost tries to bait you and convince you. Everything in the game is built toward. And the gameplay, I think personally, has been absolutely awful for a long time now. I think the best gameplay was maybe 5, 6 years ago, FIFA 18. I almost think at times, do EA even care about the gameplay as long as it's somewhat passable? Because EA want people on the menus. If you're not in the menus, you're not spending money. But yeah, I think the game itself, the game mode's really just been hook, line, and sinker, completely turned into only focused about making money, and it affects the quality of the product, and it's predatory. Because if I go play someone, and it's a really tight match now, and they have the same team as me, except for they've got Team the Van Dijk instead of my Van Dijk, and whilst Kerr's very good, I'll probably do a review on her in the next few days, they had Team the Mbappe, who's obviously better. I lose to them by 1 goal, and their Team the Van Dijk just made an insane tackle. Then the Mbappe glitched through me at one point. I'm like, I probably only lost that game because they spent more money or got luckier or had a better team. Obviously, to get luckier, generally the more packs you open, they do that. And it might convince me, I'll go spend some money and I'll enjoy the game more. So that's instantly a problem by itself. The way that they do the game, they put SBCs with time limits in. I think the time limits, to be fair, relatively generous. But the way as well that this year, it's the worst I've seen by far. You just do not get rewarded whatsoever for actually being good at the game, playing the game, in terms of earning packs for playing the game. I could get rank 1 tonight. I'm going to finish my weekend league tonight. I could hit rank 1 and go spend £20 and get way better pack in the store that trumps all of my efforts. Bear in mind that probably thousands of hours. I've spent a lot more than that, but 10,000 plus hours probably I've spent on FIFA over these to get to the level where I can hit rank 1. That just gets trumped like that by spending 20 quid. Obviously, it's people's choice to spend money, but it just ends up, if you end up with a crap team, it just makes you feel bad about the game. But then there's the other side of it when people actually do spend money. I've seen so many tweets this week about people spending like half a grand, 1,000. People who've grinded the game like mad for so long, had thousands of packs. I've seen people tweet that they've had over 3,000 packs and not packed a single team in the year. I did about 400 packs yesterday. I was recycling a bit, so I don't know how many it was exactly. I packed Trent honourable mentions like 4 times. I packed Edison and Bernardo Silva honourable mentions untradeable. That was it in terms of honourable mentions. I probably did better than a lot of people, which is crazy when you think about it. Didn't pack any team of the years. Packed a few of a couple high fodder. And honestly, afterwards, it just left me feeling a bit like I hadn't bought those packs. I had a bit of FIFA points left over from, I think, Black Friday. So I bought a couple of store packs left over that. I'm not spending any money the rest of the year. Don't see any point at this point. But I'd waited over a month of grinding different modes, earning the packs. Naively, maybe I was slightly looking forward to it, hoping I might get a really nice pull. And then by the end of the pack, or if not halfway through it, I just felt a bit dejected. It just made me think the game's awful. Just thinking the pack weight's dead. This is just boring opening packs that I know have next to no chance. And that addictive nature of hoping to get the next card, I kind of got past that and I'm kind of just like, this is just rubbish. And I don't ever want to tell people how to spend the money. If you want to spend loads of money on FIFA points, be my guest. If you've got the money to do, that's great. It's a hobby. It's no issue with that. But honestly, for a long time, I used to reject coin sponsors, almost thinking maybe it's immoral. There's a risk that people get banned from it. Obviously, there is a risk, but it's absolutely tiny these days with the software systems. No one has ever messaged me telling me that they've got banned after using my coin sponsor. But I was like, is it immoral getting people to spend money that way? And then when I thought about it, I'm interested what you guys think about it. I think EA's FIFA point system's more immoral. You have to spend way more to get way less back than the people who buy coins can just go get what they want. Even more so this year, how predatory is with the crazy amount of packs and untradables. EA said for a long time privately, that was the word basically, that EA were being held back by FIFA, the organisation. We always got the impression the way they were worded, it was that EA were being held back to make the game better. The game's been made worse this year in terms of how predatory it is, those side of things. When it just comes to the addiction side of things, I hope anyone who potentially is addicted to packs and it is damaging them, I hope that you can get help with that or almost resist. I'm far from an expert. I've just talked a bit, just YouTube talked for 10 minutes about my thoughts on it. But honestly, it's a bad system, and I don't like how EA have gone that way. I get they're a business and they want to make money, but I don't like making money when it's predatory like the way it is on this game. Interested to see what your thoughts are on the matter, what your thoughts been about Team of the Year. And I think this one I'm pretty confident on, but I think majority of people will have left the Team of the Year promo feeling fairly dejected about the game and not have enjoyed it. I think it's one of the worst promos every year because it's just so inaccessible. This year's probably the worst we've ever had for it. Appreciate you guys, all those who support my channel, help me be able to keep making a living out of this. Hope you guys can tune into a Weekend League stream today. Have a great evening. As always, keep it spicy. See you guys in the next one. Peace.